All right, so let's get started. Okay, here I have 3 videos over here, but then the first video actually is not following any object. Okay, let's say we want to create something like this. I want you to choose between one of these 3. Yeah. Okay, let's say I open my first file here. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Okay, so basically here what's happening is there is a message popping up while another person on the video is actually using the phone. Okay, currently this box here, right, the message box over here, it is not moving. Okay, assuming it is following part of the body, let's say. Okay, so that is one example. All right, so let me just pause this for a while. I'm going to open another one. Okay, you can see the boy. Okay, on the table of the boy, right, there is the After Effects word. Okay, and it looks like sticking on the table. All right, and it goes behind the tripod. Okay, of course there is an error over there. Ignore the error. Okay, it's going behind the tripod, and it looks like as though it is from the same video. All right, this text. Okay, this example number 2. Okay, can you guys able to see clearly the video? All right.
Yes.
Great. Okay, this example number 2, and this is example number 3. Okay, we have a video, and then you can see there is the border looks like a heads-up display screen, and then there is a circle which is stick to a location. Can you see that? At the beginning, it will be animated from one point to another point, and then after that, it will be sticking at the same point over here. Okay, so you have seen 3 examples. Okay, which one do you want to do? Okay, for number 2, there are 6 people. Number 3 is 5 people. Okay, number 1 got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. All right, so which one is easier? Good question. Okay, so the one which is easier will be this one, number 3. Okay, this is the easiest one. All right, actually, of course, you can create much more complicated effect with After Effects, but if you have enough time. Okay, but our time constraint, right, only 2 hours. All right, so okay, 2 is challenging one. 2, okay, 2 actually not challenging. Okay, 2 is the one, the boy with the text, right? It's not challenging actually. It's also easy, but the problem is with the computer. Okay, you need to do camera tracking. Camera tracking, you don't have to do anything. Your computer will do the work. Okay, I'm just worried that it will take very long for camera tracking. Only that. Other than that, it's quite easy also. But number 3 is much more easier. Okay, the most difficult one is the first one, because you have to animate the text going up. It will take a longer time, but still can be doable lah. All right, so shall we go with the number 3?
Yes.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Okay, cool. All
We
right.
go to the easy one.
Okay, so as a starting point, we start with easy one. So eventually, when you explore further on After Effects, you can explore more the harder one. All right. Okay, so first of all, we need this file over here, the video file, right? So this video file, it can be any video file. Okay, you can go to pexel.com. You can try to download some what you call a drone footage. It can be a city, it can be a mountain, it can be anything. But make sure the point that you choose, right, is your video, the camera is not moving very fast. Okay, the point should be clearly visible. All right, that's the only requirement from the video. All right, so let's say I don't want to use the same video over here. So what I do, I go to my Google, and then I search for pexels.com. Okay, and then I search for drone footage, and then I go to video instead of photo. Go to video. Okay, and then make sure your camera is moving. Like for example, like this. Can you see my video? Okay, the camera is moving, and then all the points are clearly visible. You can see there are a lot of textures here. When there is a lot of texture, it will be easier for you to track that point. Okay, so this can be one example. Okay, so it's actually as a fast forward video. All right, so let me just some more. Okay, water you cannot lah, unless if you want to use the boat here can, but then there is not much movement on the camera. And this one, like this one also can. Can you download one video? Use a different video just for, you know, not same. Everyone won't be using the same video. Okay, this one. Okay, this one moving quite slowly. Still okay, can be used. Okay, and this one also can be used. Okay, you can track the person later. But then halfway the person gone missing. Okay, so don't use that. Okay, choose a point where it is visible throughout the video. Then it will be easier. Or maybe from halfway onwards, it's visible. Like this one also can. You can track the car actually. Okay, what do I mean by the point in selecting the video? Okay, so the example that you have seen, right? The circle will be focused on a point, the last point that it sits, right? It will be staying at the same place. Okay, so when it is staying at the same place, right? We need something on the video that we can track. Okay, so why I choose ask for a city video, so that you have buildings, right? You can use buildings. Let's say, for example, a window on a building, for example, it will be clearly visible as a point. That will be our tracking point for us to stick the circle. All right. Understand or not? Not really. But Lisa?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Understand.
cool. Okay, let's say I'm going to choose this video. Don't want to waste so much time. Okay, let me just click this video. Okay, in case if you couldn't find, you can use the same video. All right. If you're able to find another video, it will be great. All right. Something like this. Oh, FNB, not PNB. Here. This one also you can change if you want to. Instead of FNB here, you put a PNB over there. Can also. Okay, once you track. All right. So never mind. So I'm going to download this video over here. Okay, let me just download first. Okay, it's already downloaded. Downloading. And then if you notice in our sample, right, there is a box, like a screen. Okay, like when you play game, there is a box, right? Like a heads-up display box. Okay, that box also you can create in After Effects. Okay, so let's say I already imported. Have you guys imported the video? Any video, any other video? Yeah, have you imported the video? I mean, downloaded the video, sorry. Have you downloaded the video? Okay, great. For those, in case if you haven't downloaded, right? So make sure you download it fast, or you can just click from the link and then download the video, all right? So after you download, you open your, okay, I'm going to open my After Effects. Let me just exit first. Okay, so when you open After Effects, okay, you will get a similar window like in all the other Adobe application. All right, so first of all, I'm going to click at the new project. Okay, new project, actually it doesn't do anything, it just close the panel. Okay, let me just close all the panel. All right, so over here you will see panels already loaded. Okay, your entire screen will be loaded with panels. Okay, before that, how many of you all never used After Effects before? Can you just type? Never used. Type 1. Type 1 in the chat. Never used. Okay, all right. Okay, how many of y'all currently using or have used it before? Type 2 in the chat. Have used it before and currently using. Okay, forget already. All right. Okay, forget already. Okay, never mind. Okay, how many of y'all every day using After Effects? Specific use only. All right. Okay, so Hazlan, you saw the third example, right? Have you done anything like that before? Tracking, motion tracking. All right, motion effects. Okay, text, image effect. All right. Okay, never mind. Maybe you will learn one or two new things lah. All right. So bear with me. Bear with the rest of the people also, because most of them are beginners. All right. So let's say I'm going to proceed here. Okay, you can see whenever I click any one of the panel, it will be highlighted in blue color. Okay, if I click at these are the name of the panel: project panel, effect control panel, composition panel, and then at the bottom here, this is your timeline panel. Okay, when you click, okay, it will be highlighted in blue color. All right, and then on the right hand side, okay, you can see there is a preview panel. Okay, preview panel is for you to preview your video. All right, and then you have effects and preset. Okay, below the preview panel. In case if your panel, right, okay, in case if your panel is not same like mine, so what you can do is you can go to window and then you go to workspace, you change it to default or standard. Sorry, standard. Change it to standard, and then you can reset the standard just in case. So let's say I go to reset. Okay, so when I reset, I don't have my effect control panel over here. I only have project panel. All right, clear? Go to window, workspace, and then make sure this standard is checked, and then reset standard. All right. So first of all, we need to import our video. So to import video, you can go to File, Import, File. Shortcut is Control-I. Okay, File, Import, File. Okay, I'm going to go to Import, and then I go to Download folder, and then I choose my first file here, and then I go to Import. Okay, it's already imported, but the thing is the video is quite big. You can see the setting of the video over here. Okay, 3840 by 2160. These are Ultra HD resolution. All right, or sometimes we call it as 4K resolution. It is not actually 4K. Okay, it's Ultra HD. Clear? It's very big. Arifin, join lambat ke? Okay, so it is in the chat box. The link to download this video is in the chat box. All right. Okay, so come back to here. Okay, so when you have a bigger video, right? If you have a low spec computer, then it will, quite laggy a bit. So what you do, you click back the link. Okay, let me share the link one more time. Okay, and then you can choose your resolution. Before you download, you click the link, and then you download a smaller version. Okay, you download a full HD size. Okay, let's say I go to the link. Let me share my screen. Okay, you click the video, and then you go to arrow beside the free download. Okay, and then you don't choose the Ultra HD size, you choose full HD size. Can you do that? I didn't notice earlier, so sorry about that. Okay, if you have a high spec computer, can proceed. No need to download again. Okay, clear? Okay, I'm going to download as full HD, and then download selected file size. Okay, it's downloading again. Okay, it's downloaded. Now I'm going to share back my After Effects. Okay, I'm going to delete the existing video. Okay, from the project panel here, you can see the file name here. Select the file name, press delete in your keyboard, and then you go to import again. Control-I, and then import. Okay, now you can see the size is 1920 1080. And then in bracket, it says 1.0. This is your pixel aspect ratio. And then after that, you can see your duration. First zero is the hours, jump. And then minutes, followed by second and frame. Okay, so this video's duration is 16 seconds, 1 frame. All right, so and then you have 25 frames per second. FPS is frame per second. All right, done. Then millions of color, and then you have your audio setting here. So I think this one got no audio. Is it? Not sure. Let's see. Okay, so once you imported the full HD video, right? Okay, what we do is we create a composition based on the video. Okay, composition is creating something like a new document in Illustrator, in Photoshop, right? We create new document, right? Okay, so here in After Effects, we need to create new composition. Okay, so to create a new composition, there is a few ways. One is you can see there is new composition button here, a big one. Or you can go to composition menu, new composition, another method. Third one, you can see there is a small icon here, icon number 3. Create a new composition in the bottom of project panel. Okay, when I click new composition, right, just take a look first, don't do anything. Okay, when I click at create new composition, you can set your video size, the output video size, same like you are creating a new document in Illustrator or InDesign. All right, so we create the document size according to what we want at the final stage, right? Let's say I want to print an A4 flyer, then I have to create a A4 size document. Correct or not? Same for video also. When you're creating a new composition, you need to know the size of your video, the final video size. All right, so that is the width and the height. Okay, so in my case, it is full HD. And then pixel aspect ratio, you just put it as square pixel. Okay, I don't want to, explain all this. Just maintain as square pixel now. Frame rate, you maintain at 25 frames per second. Okay, of course, there is a more option here. Leave it first. Okay, resolution, you can put any resolution. Let's say you put it full for now. This is your preview resolution. Okay, not the final resolution. All right, so you can leave it full, quarter, or whatever, can leave it. Okay, and then you have your duration of your composition. Okay, this setting, right, you can anytime change it back later on after you create a new composition. So far clear? So far clear? All right, okay, very good. Okay, since we already have our video here, I don't want to create a new composition using this method. Okay, just take a look first. Don't do anything yet. Okay, let's say I click OK now. My duration is 10 seconds just now. Okay, you can see in my timeline, there is comp 1, which is the composition that I just created. In my project panel, there is comp 1, the one I just created. And the duration in my timeline, you can see there is a 1S, 2S, 3S, and then the final here, 10S, 10 seconds. All right, this is a new composition that I've created. Okay, in case if I want to put my video into new composition, I can drag and drop from my project panel, drop it at the timeline over here. Can you see my cursor? I let go. So it will be placed into the composition. Same like how we create a new document in Illustrator and then we place image, correct? Something like that. All right, so here we have composition, we place the video. We can place image, we can place Illustrator file, you can place PSD file, PNG file, whatever file, image also can. Video also can, audio also can. After you import, drag and drop to timeline. After import, drag and drop to timeline. So far clear? Okay, but then my video is 16 seconds, 1 frame, not 10 seconds, right? So what you also can do, instead of creating new composition like this, I'm going to delete back. Okay, what you do is you select your video, you drag and drop to the timeline directly. Don't have to create a new composition. Clear? Paham tak? All right, cool. All right, so you don't have to create new composition. When you drag and drop your video at the blank timeline, right, it will create a composition automatically. All right, and the setting of the new composition will be exactly same as the video. Okay, including the size, the pixel aspect ratio, the frame rate, the duration. It will follow the video. Paham? Okay, cool. Have you created the new composition using the video?
Yes.
All right, great. The rest, are you guys done with the composition? You take the video, drag and drop to the timeline. Are you done?
So when we want to drag, we click on the name of the file, is it?
Yes, correct. Name of the file.
Okay.
Correct. And then drop it over here.
Okay.
Okay, once done, okay, you can see your video in your composition panel. This is your composition panel. Can you see my blue color highlight? Okay, when you click, it will be highlighted in blue color. This is your composition panel. All right, so over here in the composition panel area, you can view three things. One is your composition. Okay, one is your composition. If you double click your layer, okay, in your timeline, right, this is your layer now. Okay, this is your layer, this is also your layer. All right, so when you double click your layer, you will be able to view your layer in the composition panel area. You can see composition, you can view layer. Two.
Click where?
Come again?
Click, the layer that appeared, click the left side, right?
Left side ke dekat nama ke sama. When you double click, it will open up layer. Okay, and in the project panel, you have your file name, right? When you double click, it will open up footage. Okay, three things. You can view your composition, you can view your layer, you can view your footage. All right, so make sure sometimes right, we accidentally will double click. Footage tu dari project panel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whatever from the project panel, it is your original file. Footage is your original file. It can be audio, it can be video, it can be image, it can be, you know, PSD file, it can be AI file, it can be PNG file. Okay, all right. So make sure sometimes we will accidentally double click the layer, and make sure your interface, it doesn't have the timeline over here. Can you see another timeline? Okay, this is your footage. So you close your footage. If you still see the timeline, this is your layer. You close it. So when you are viewing your composition, you don't see your timeline here. All right. Okay, you should be looking at the composition. Okay, done with the importing the video. Okay, now we're going to create a circles animation. Okay, when you're creating a circles animation, you can do it separately in a different composition. Then later on, you can bring back the composition into this composition. All right, so what I'm going to do here, can you see in the project panel, there is two icons. One is the video icon, another one is the composition icon. Composition icon, it has a like polygon shape, circle, square, and triangle shape. Okay, it's quite small, huh? There is I think green color and red color, if not mistaken. Okay, so what you do, you select your composition, you right click, and then you rename. Rename it as final. Rename it as final. Done? Okay, very good. Okay, now we're going to create another composition, a smaller one. Okay, a smaller one just to animate the circle. Okay, the circle will become bigger and disappear, bigger and disappear. All right. So the duration here, the current duration is 16 seconds, right? One frame, 16 seconds, one frame. So we're going to create a circle with the same duration. So let's say now if I go to composition, new composition, and then I'm going to give a name for my new composition here. Okay, let's say I put circle. Okay, composition name is circle. The size, you can make it smaller a bit. You don't have to make it very big. Okay, so let's say I change this to 500 by 500 pixel. Okay, width and height, I change to 500. And then pixel aspect ratio is square pixel. Frame rate is 25, same as our previous composition. And only thing is duration, you make it same as your video. Okay. Okay, so let's say I put here 16 or even more also can. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So far clear? So in my case, 1601. I just make it same. Then you click OK. Can you do that now? Go to composition menu, new composition, and then follow this setting. The width and the height change to 500. Pixel aspect ratio square pixel. Okay, and then frame rate is 25. The duration, not the start time code, duration. Okay, change to 0, 0, 0, and then followed by your video's duration. Zuraida Zainal, please mute your mic. Thank you. Okay, Rex Wong done, Khalid done, Arifin done. Okay, all done. Okay, great. Then you click OK. You'll get a blank composition right now. Okay, we're going to draw the circle. Okay, to draw the circle, right? Okay, you can go to, okay, number one, before that, sorry. Okay, in your composition, you can scroll your mouse button to zoom in and zoom out. You can hold your space bar, click and drag to pan in your composition, or you can also middle mouse button, click and drag to pan. Middle mouse button means your scroll button in your mouse. For those who are using your trackpad, right, it will be quite difficult. Okay, but if you have a mouse, you use your scroll button, you click, and then you can drag to pan in your composition. All right. Then at the bottom here, can you see there is a 50% over here? Okay, this is your zoom level. Okay, you usually, right, we will set it to fit so that it will maximize the space. Okay, click the percentage button here and then choose fit. That's one. And this resolution, leave it as full for now. All right. If your video is loading quite slow, when you click the play button in your preview panel, if your video loading quite slow, then you change your resolution in the preview panel here. All right. There is two resolution. One is for still image, for video, for playback resolution. All right. So for now, just ignore first. Ignore first. All right. So we're going to draw the circle. To draw circle on the top toolbar here, okay, there is a rectangle tool. Click and hold the rectangle tool. You will find ellipse tool. Click the ellipse tool. You hold your shift key. You click and drag. Paham? Paham tak? Okay, I undo balik. You click and hold the rectangle tool. You will find ellipse tool. Choose ellipse tool. You hold your shift key. You click and drag. Something like this. How to remove fill color. All right, great, thank you. Okay, once you draw the shape, right? Okay, can you see on top here, there is fill, there is stroke. Okay, you click the word fill. That is your fill option. Click the word fill. Paham tak? Click the word fill and then you choose none. The white color box with the red line. Okay, you click OK. And then you go to stroke option. The stroke word. Click at the stroke word. You choose solid color. Then you click OK. Then you change the stroke color to white color. And then you adjust the thickness, the stroke width here. After the color, there is a number by pixel, right? That is your stroke width. and then you change it to something like this. Okay, or maybe thinner, up to you. Can you do that? Nur Arifah, kat mana yang susah?
Sorry sir, quite lost lah. Suddenly semua jam. Sorry sir.
Alright, no worries, no worries. How to choose white color just now? Okay, dekat atas ni kita ada 4 benda. One is the fill option, fill color, stroke option, stroke color. Okay, fill option letak none. Bila letak none, so tak payah pergi dekat fill color. So you go to stroke option dulu. Stroke option, choose solid color. Icon number 2. Okay, solid color, and then click OK. And then you go to choose your color. After the stroke option, there is stroke color. When you put your mouse over, right, you can see the name of the tool. And then choose a color. Then click OK. Kemudian, you can see there is a pixel, right? You click, hold, and drag to change the value, the size. All right? Click, hold your mouse, and then you drag to change the size. Dah ke? Dah lukis?
Dah.
Semua dah? Anyone got problem? Okay, coming to that, Rex Wong. We're going to align the circle. All right, so once you're done, we're going to put the circle in the middle. Okay, you must put in the middle so that, you know, when later on, when you track, it will be in the middle of the track point. Okay, now to change this object to the middle, right? Number 1, what you do is you need to move your anchor point. Can you see this point here? This is your center point of the circle. Okay, you need to move it to the middle. So what you do, you hold your control key, you double click this tool over here. Pen behind, in bracket, anchor point tool. Okay, sebelah circle, sebelah ellipse tool. There is pen behind tool. Hold your control key, double click. Does it change? Yeah, it changed. Hold your control key, double click this pen behind tool. It will move the anchor point to the center of the circle. Boleh? Can or not? Okay, very good. Okay, after that, if you want to change the circle to the middle of the composition, you go to your align panel. You go to window and then you choose align. Okay, you will see align panel on your right hand side. You click the second button, align horizontally, and then the second last button, align vertically. Boleh? Window, align. Choose the second button, kemudian the second last button. If not, so center for the anchor point how? Okay, good question. Kenapa nak centerkan anchor point ni? Tak pasal-pasal kan? Okay, let's say my anchor point is not in the center. So what will happen is, let's say I go to align my layer. I pakai align sahaja. So now my circle is in the center, but my anchor point is not in the center, right? So what will happen is, later on, kita akan animate dia punya scale dia. Nampak tak? Dia scale dia akan berpusat pada anchor point. Okay, scaling akan berpusat pada anchor point. Kalau dia tak duduk tengah, nampak scaling dia sengit. Walaupun objek kita berada di tengah, when we scale, it is not scaling from the center of the composition. Okay, so you must hold your control key, double click the anchor pen behind tool, so dia akan pergi ke tengah. Okay, then I go to align, center, center. Now if I scale, nampak tak? Okay, faham? Faham? Bakriza faham? Alright.
Faham. But
Okay.
how to make sure it's really center? Macam kita nak double check dia memang center.
Macam mana nak double check? You
Dia tak
select
pecah.
layer, you control double click. Memang dia akan pergi ke center. Okay? Dia tak center ke you punya? Tak nampak macam center? You can try to rotate. You can try to rotate your object. Then you can nampak.
Saya punya tak nampak center bila tekan double click tu. Macam confused tu.
Control and double click.
Control and double click.
Tak center juga. What version you
Okay,
using?
dah.
Okay, alright. Miss control
Tak tahulah, tiba-tiba boleh pula.
Tiba-tiba boleh. Alright. After that, you go to align panel, align it to the center, done. We're going to animate the scale right now. Okay, to animate the scale, okay, you go to select your layer, shape layer 1 in your timeline. Nampak tak? Shape layer 1 in your timeline. You click, kemudian you tekan S in your keyboard. When you press S in your keyboard, you will see the scale. Nampak tak? Scale.
Okay, nampak.
Okay, select your layer, press S in your keyboard, it will show up the scale attribute. Okay, once you can see the scale, right? Okay, now currently my object is this size. Okay, so I'm going to make it until this big and then later on it will disappear. So we need to animate two attributes over here. One is the scale attribute, satu lagi adalah opacity attribute. Faham? Kita nak animate scale dan opacity. Faham tak?
Kat mana tadi nak, kat mana line tadi tekan apa
Line apa?
Yang nak align center, yang align panel tu.
Window align.
Oh, window align.
Siapa lagi yang tak dapat align lagi? Anyone? Anyone? Tak dapat align lagi? Tak dapat center anchor point lagi? Ataupun pivot point? Okay, semua dah. Alright. Okay, now take a look. Okay, to animate an object, right? Okay, ada nampak tak stopwatch icon kat sini? Sebelah scale ni ada jam randik. Icon jam randik, stopwatch. That is for you to enable the keyframe or enable the animation. Okay, so what I do, dekat timeline, ada nampak tak there is a blue color button over here. This is your current time indicator. Okay, ataupun playhead. Okay, so this one, okay, kalau sekarang I gerakkan tak jadi apa-apa. So what I do, I take this point here, I move it to 1 second. Can you see there is 01S? You click and drag to 1 second. The one with the line, the one with the blue color line. You click dan tarik, letak dekat 1 second. Okay, and then you go to click the stopwatch for scale. Okay, you click saja. What will happen is you will get a keyframe. You will get a keyframe. Okay, tengok dulu. Let me do first. Then I can repeat balik. So first of all, I tukar masa ke 1 second. I click the stopwatch sekali saja. Kemudian I change my time back to first frame. First frame maksudnya time 00. Mana nak tahu 00? You boleh tengok dekat sini. Okay, this is your current time. Okay, if I change this to 1 second, you boleh nampak dekat sini. 100, 1 second, 00 frame. Okay, then I go back to first frame. I change the scale value to 0. So when you change the scale value to 0, tak nampak apa-apalah. Okay, so when I move my time, you boleh nampak. Objek dia dari kecil, kosong size, jadi ke whatever size yang you letak tadi. Faham? Faham tak? Kena faham dulu. Boleh
So,
buat tak
jadi,
boleh buat? Second question.
Yang first tu kita gerakkan dulu
Gerakkan dulu ke
gerakkan
1 second.
Baru klik jam tu.
Jam, betul.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Move your time to 1 second. click at the stopwatch of the scale, and then you move back your time to first frame, move back at the beginning, time 0, 0, and then change your value to 0. To change value, you click dan lepas your mouse, you type 0, enter. Okay, and then you try to play. Dia akan jadi besar. Dari kecil, dia jadi besar. Faham? Okay, if done, let me know. Kalau tak dapat, bagi tahu. Kalau rasa lost, please bagi tahu. Okay, everything done. Pizza done. Rex Wong done. Okay, send done. Okay, Syahmi done. Okay, 6 kali. Baru 6 orang. 7. Syahguana. Lagi. Alright, Rose done. Oh my god, kita ada 40 orang. Okay, DMA. Okay, thumbs up. Lagi. Okay, kalau ada masalah, jangan malu-malu. Okay, noted. Nur Arifah, noted. Thank you. Okay. Alright, so after you have animated, right, if you click the play button at your preview panel, okay, dia akan play sekali saja. Lepas tu dia akan play. Nampak tak line merah ni? Dia gerak sampai habis, baru dia akan ulang balik. Betul? Betul? Okay, so what you do is you put your cursor anywhere here, you click the timeline dulu kemudian you tekan minus dekat keyboard, dia akan zoom out. So you can nampak the whole timeline. Okay, ada nampak tak blue color bar kat sini? Ada yang kecil satu, yang besar satu. Okay, yang kecil ni is your time navigator N untuk zoom you punya timeline. Yang besar pula, okay, work area N. You click and drag the work area N, pendekkan dia ke contohnya 2 second.
Macam mana tadi mula-mula tadi?
Work area N. Nampak tak yang ni? Can you see my screen?
Tak
nampak?
Kan, mula tadi apa kena tekan apa?
Mula-mula mana?
Bukan, sebelum sampai sini tadi nak ubah dia punya.
Tekan play je, tak ubah apa-apa, tekan play je.
Okay, lepas tu?
Tekan play nanti, nampak tak dia keluarkan line merah?
Okay.
This your play, video ni tengah play lah sekarang kan?
Okay.
So you kena tunggu lama, baru you can ulang balik, repeat kan? So we don't want to do that. Kita nak, sekejap je kita nak tengok dia berulang.
Okay.
Okay, so what we do, we shorten the work area N. Stop the playback and then make your work area shorter. So now when I play back, dia jadi besar, nampak? I don't have to wait very long for me to see the result. Faham? Faham tak?
Oh, line biru yang kedua tu
Ya. Work area N. Kena baca dulu Kena baca dulu benda apa tu. When you put your mouse over on top of that whatever icon, you akan nampak work area N. Then you click and drag. And then you try to play back. Tekan play dekat preview panel. Dapat tak semua orang? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Bakriza dapat?
Boleh.
Okay, so stop the playback. Okay, what I want to do is, bila dia jadi besar, okay, when it reach certain size, right, I nak dia makin lama makin pudar, hilang. Faham? Okay, and my second keyframe ni, the second keyframe, yang ni kita panggil keyframe yang diamond shape sini. Please look at my screen. Please look at my screen. Jangan usik your video. Please look at my screen. This two button here, we call it as keyframe. Okay, this keyframe, my second keyframe. Yang ni pertama, yang ini yang kedua. The second keyframe's duration time dia is 1 second. Betul? Betul tak?
Betul.
Okay, so you put your time at 1 second and then you press Shift T, Thailand. Shift dengan T. So when you press Shift T, you will able to see your opacity also. Okay, when you're able to see the opacity, okay, at this time, I want the opacity to become 0. Okay, bila dia dah full size, I nak opacity kosong. Faham? Okay, so let's say I make it 0 dulu. Kemudian saya tekan stopwatch untuk opacity. Kemudian saya pindahkan masa ke, let's say about 14 frame. Nampak tak masa saya 14 frame? Click and drag your current time sini ke frame 14. Then make your opacity as 100. Then you try to play. Faham tak? Okay, I repeat one more time. Nak ulang ke tak ni? Nak ulang ke tak? Tak nak?
Repeat yang dekat mana dia opacity tadi? In
Okay.
between.
Dapat opacity tak? Can you able to see the opacity?
Dapat?
Alright. So once you can see the opacity, okay, in case if you can't see the opacity, let's say lah, you close this arrow here. Can you see there is a small arrow pointing downwards? Nampak tak? Small arrow pointing downwards on my screen.
Nampak?
Okay, you collapse the arrow and then expand again. Okay, besarkan dia punya timeline dia so that you can see more attributes. Then you can see there is content, transform. And then expand the transform also. You boleh nampak there is anchor point, position, scale, rotation, opacity. Okay, so you change your time to 1 second. Okay, change your time to 1 second, or maybe you can go to 14 frame first, pun boleh. Change your time to 14 second. Click the stopwatch. So at 14 second, the opacity is 100. Click the stopwatch. Kemudian, change your time to 1 second. Change the opacity to 0. Click at the 100 value. Type 0, enter. So you will have 2 keyframes. First keyframe nilai dia 100, second keyframe nilai dia 0. Okay, untuk scale pula, first keyframe nilai dia 0, second keyframe is whatever value yang you ada. Maybe 100. Then you try to play back. Faham?
Okay, boleh.
Jadi tak when you play?
Jadi,
Anyone tak jadi? Ada yang tak jadi tak? Anyone?
so maknanya setiap kali kita klik apa tu stopwatch tu, Kita akan develop keyframe lah
Sekali je, kita tekan
Oh.
sekali saja. After that, when we change time, change value, dia akan keluar keyframe baru.
Oh.
Change your time, for example, I change my time, I change my value. Sorry, not rotation, opacity. Nampak? Change value saja, dia akan ada keyframe baru. Tukar masa, tukar value. Tukar masa, tukar value. Dia akan ada keyframe baru. Okay?
Understood.
Tapi kalau klik balik one more time, dia akan hilang lah. Animation kita akan hilang. Alright, so don't do that. Tekan sekali saja, jangan tekan 2 kali. Alright. So this keyframe, kalau you rasa animation you slow, kalau you rasa dia slow sangat kan, okay, you can click and drag your second keyframe. Gerakkan dia jauh ke ataupun dekat. Kalau rapat dia lajulah. Kalau jauh dia slow. Faham? Kurangkan masa, dia jadi laju. Tambahkan masa, dia jadi perlahan. Faham tak?
Saya nak select keyframe nak move tu.
Just klik je. Klik pada keyframe jadi color biru.
Tapi kalau nak dua-dua sekali tu kena cek.
Boleh tekan shift ataupun you draw a window around the 2 keyframe to select. Click and drag. Dari outside, click and drag untuk select dua-dua. Okay? Jelas kan semua? Let's say I letak dia balik ke 1 second. Okay. So currently it is still not okay. So dia jadi besar, hilang. Besar, hilang. Alright. So what we do now, kita nak dia berulang. Maksudnya sekarang ni dia animate sampai 1 second saja kan? Correct or not? Now it is animating until 1 second only. If we want to repeat this, right, we need to loop the animation ataupun kita copy and paste the keyframe. Ulang balik, ulang balik. Faham? Faham tak?
Faham.
Okay, so what we do, we add a simple expression. Simple expression, please listen very, very carefully. Okay, so I go back to my first frame. Go to first frame. You click dekat this button. Dekat opacity ni, the first button sini adalah go to previous keyframe. The second button is add or remove keyframe. The third button is go to next keyframe. Betul?
Betul.
You go to first frame, tekan yang ini, add or remove keyframe untuk opacity. Can you do that now? Change your time to 0. Tekan button dia. Add or remove keyframe. So now you will have 3 keyframes for opacity, 2 keyframes for scale. Kalau dah, bagi tahu.
Kejap. Apa tadi? Klik dekat opacity.
Tak dengar ke tadi?
Opacity, lepas tu klik je button tu
Button add or remove keyframe.
Klik je.
Klik je.
Okay, dah.
Dah ada 3 keyframe tak?
Ada?
3 keyframe Okay. Alright. Then what you do, you hold your alternate key in your keyboard and then click at the stopwatch. Jelas tak instruction saya? Hold your alternate key dekat keyboard, click at the stopwatch for scale.
Okay, dah.
Dah ke?
Dah.
Dapat apa?
Dia keluar transform.
Okay, you will see an expression transform.scale, correct?
Okay.
And then you type your own. Jangan klik apa-apa, you just terus replace saja. LOOP and then O huruf besar, UT, loop out, open and close bracket. Can you see my screen?
And
Okay, yang transform.scale tu buang. Okay, ataupun tak buang pun tak apa, dia dah highlight kan. So you just terus type loop out. O sahaja huruf besar, then buka dan tutup kurungan. Okay, you do the same for the opacity also. Hold your alternate key in your keyboard. You click at the stopwatch for opacity, and then you type loop out. Dah ke?
Dah.
Okay, and then you increase back your work area. Oops, ada masalah ni.
Ejaan.
Oops, sorry, my mistake. Okay, ejaan jangan salah. Alright. Okay, so make sure spelling jangan salah. Loop out, open and close. O kena huruf besar. Kalau kecil pun dia akan ada error nanti. Okay, and then increase back your work area. Bagi dia panjangkan dia. And then you try to play back. Increase your work area and then play. Jadi tak? Yes, correct Hazwan. Instead of copy paste keyframe, kita pakai loop out sahaja. Dah ke semua?
Dah.
The rest, are you guys done? Betul Syazwan. Okay, unless kejap you nak laju, kejap you nak perlahan, then you need to copy paste keyframe. Ya, betul. Alright, so now please take a look. Okay, if anybody stuck, please let me know now, not later. Now, please. Anyone need assistance? Tak ada? Okay, tak ada. I proceed. Can I proceed now, please? Kenapa makin lama makin kurang orang respon? Why? What's happening? Stress ke? Saya pun stress. Bila tak ada orang reply, saya stress. Alright. Alright, take a look. Yes, yes Bagriza?
Ada efek ke kalau kita macam alihkan keyframe daripada timeline tu kan? Kalau kita macam alihkan manual kan, macam kita just drag ubah.
Okay, kalau you nak ubah boleh, asalkan dua-dua serentak.
Oh, okay.
Okay, kalau tak dia jadi macam lain pula. You can try and error, tak salah. You boleh cuba, you boleh cuba. You try to alihkan satu-satu and then try to play.
Okay,
okay. So that's one. Okay, take a look here. Okay, instead of using one object over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the layer. Okay, you click back at the shape layer 1 and then you press Ctrl D to duplicate. Okay, tekan Ctrl D to duplicate. Okay, after you duplicate, you select dua-dua layer serentak, hold your shift key and then you press the second layer. Hold your shift and then click. You will select both layer. Then you press U in your keyboard.
Press what U?
U sahaja.
Dah.
Okay, again I repeat. Select shape layer 1, you tekan Ctrl D, Ctrl donkey. Dia akan duplicate layer. Select both layers together. You press U. Bila tekan U, you akan nampak dia punya keyframe. Okay? Ada nampak tak keyframe dia? Dua-dua layer punya keyframe?
Nampak.
Yes, Ctrl D. Yes, correct. Okay, after nampak dua-dua keyframe, the top layer ni, what do? You bring your cursor on top of the layer, bukan hujung on top of the layer sini. Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Okay, make sure you go back to your selection tool. Okay, jangan pan behind tool. Go to selection tool, you click and drag macam ni. Nampak tak I punya kedudukan dia? Yang top layer ni saya alihkan ke kanan sedikit. And then you try to play back. Move it a bit to the right hand side and then try to play back. Okay, so what we are doing is before the first circle disappear, there is another circle is appearing. Jelas?
Jelas.
The rest? Jelas? Dapat tak? Okay, very good. Okay, stop this playback. Where, Madan? Repeat where? Shift. I never press shift. Oh, okay, okay. To select both layer. Okay. So first of all, you duplicate your layer, correct? You select your shape layer 1, you press Ctrl D to duplicate. Hold your shift key, select the both layer. Select both layer, hold your shift key. All right, and then you press U in your keyboard. Why pressing U? So that you can see the keyframe. Okay, then click outside, select only one of the layer on the top layer, you move it to the right hand side like this. Okay, you can see the keyframe where it's actually moving. Okay, then you play. You will see a double circle instead of one circle. All right. Faham? Okay, all right, great. Okay, stop the playback. Stop the playback. You go back to your final composition. In your timeline, there is a final composition, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay, so what you do, you bring your circle, click and drag the circle composition from your project panel, tarik masuk atas video. Begini. Faham tak?
Faham?
Can you do that?
Yes.
Then now when I play back, I can see my circle is animated on top of the video. In case if you drag and drop below the video, just tarik video dia letak bawah. Just click and drag to rearrange. Alright? Jadi tak?
Jadi.
Okay, very good. The rest, can or not? Yes. Okay, the video will be sangkut until can you see my timeline here? It become green color. Okay, bila dah full jadi green color, baru dia akan play back in real time. You kena tunggu Yes, I know. Okay, so you kena tunggu sekejap, bagi dia load dulu, baru dia akan play back in real time. Okay, dia akan calculate dulu. Okay, dia akan create a cache dulu, baru dia akan play. Okay, anyone got problem? Madan, which part you stuck? Madan, how to bring the circle to final? Okay, you go to your final first. Go to your project panel. Can you see there is a circle in your project panel? Drag and drop to the final over here. Can you see my cursor now? You let go over here. From the project panel, drag to the timeline. Okay, and make sure your video is bottom, your circle is on top. Then you can try to preview. Okay, for now, we are not going to preview this. What we will do is, Okay, let's say at the beginning, I want the circle to somewhere. Okay, it will be blinking. And then after some time, I'm going to animate the position. After some time, I'm going to animate to a certain point. We want to do a tracking, motion tracking. Okay, so what we do is we do the motion tracking first, then we can animate the circle in different position. Okay, so let's say for example, katakan from first frame until 2 second, I nak dia blinking at one position. Okay, and then dengan lajunya dia bergerak ke another point. Kemudian another 2 more second. Let's say 4.5. Dia akan blinking pada another second, another position. Kemudian from 4.5 to 5 second, dia akan pergi ke third position, let's say. Faham tak what I'm trying to say? Okay, kalau tak faham kalau tak faham, okay, dari kosong, masa kosong, okay, I nak dia blink dekat tempat sini sampai 2 second. Dari 2 second sampai 2.5 second, I want the object to move to another point. Okay, it will be blinking at that point. Let's say, okay, for 2 second, tambah lagi 2 second, until 4.5. Dari 4.5 to 5 second, I nak dia pergi ke tempat yang ketiga. Okay, tempat yang ketiga adalah target yang kita nak, let's say. Okay, which is will be starting at 5 second. Betul? Betul?
Okay.
Okay, so what we do is we need to track the motion from 5 second onwards. Faham? So what you do? You change your time to 5 second. Okay, change your time to 5 second. Then you go to create a null object first. Go to layer, new null object. Okay, this null objects function, right, in After Effects or even any other application, sometimes they call it as null object, locator, okay, or point sometimes. All right. So this object's function is to hold another object. Okay. The function of this null object is to hold another object. Faham? Okay. So create a null object. So kita akan dapat null one. Okay, can you do that? Dah ke?
So, dia punya position tu dia dekat you punya screen ni layer nombor 2 kan? Dia memang kat situ ke ataupun?
Tak kisah, duduk atas pun tak kisah, duduk bawah pun tak kisah.
Okay.
Okay, kalau boleh letak dia dekat atas video. Atas video. Dah?
Dah.
Go to layer, new null object. Sam. Layer, new null object. Sam, are you done with the null object? Done. All right, great. Okay, change your time to 5 seconds. Have you changed your time to 5 seconds?
Yes.
All right. Select your video. Select your video. And then you go to tracker panel. Go to window, tracker. Window, tracker. Okay, you will find this panel on the right hand side here. There is a tracker panel. Okay, and then we're going to click the track motion. Track motion. Klik sekali sahaja, track motion.
Okay.
Dapat?
Dapat.
Okay, semua dah tekan ke track motion? Okay. Select the layer, Rex Wong, select the video layer. Then you click track motion. Okay. The rest. Okay, when you press the track motion, right, what will happen is it will open up your layer. Can you see on top here? It become layer.
Okay.
Okay, it should be layer. And then you will see there is a track point 1.
Yes.
Nampak?
Nampak.
Okay, track point 1. And then in your tracker panel, there is motion source is your video. Current track is your tracker 1. Track type is transform, which is the position. Okay, motion target. This should be your null object, not circle. Okay, so you go to edit target and then change the circle to null 1. Clear?
Clear.
Then click OK. Motion target must be null 1. Dapat tak semua?
Right.
Okay, saya nampak Bakriza, Khalid, Arifin, Rex Wong. Mana yang lain? And then Sam. Mana yang lain? Daripada 40 ada 4 orang je. Alamak. Risau saya. Okay, never mind. I'm going to proceed anyway. Alright, so you can practice after you get the video lah. So make sure you practice. Okay, ada. Tapi malu nak type. Okay, it's okay. Alright, let's take a look here. Take a look. Okay, so once you edit the motion target, click the edit target and then you change to null 1. Okay, noted, Peter. Noted. All right, so you go to edit target, change to null 1. Okay, after you change to null 1, okay, if you look at your track point, okay, have you decided where your target going to be? Dah decide ke belum? Okay, katakan I nak dia ni fokus kat sini ke? Let's say. Okay, let's say for example, I want the target to be focusing on this black color dot here, on this, this pyramid shape here. Okay, so what we do here, we zoom in, middle mouse button, click and drag, or spacebar, click and drag, and then you bring your cursor near to the track point. When your cursor changes to black color, you click and drag. Put it on top of this window here, the black window over here. Okay, and then make your border here bigger a bit, slightly bigger. Macam ni. Can you see that? Bring your cursor near to your track point, nearer. When the cursor changes to black color, you hold and drag. You put it on top of this black window or any other point also can. Any point. Katakan, let's say this white color area also can. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's say there is a small circle here. There is 6 dots here, right? So I choose one of the dots. Also can. Rex Wong. Why got 4 tracker point? Did you choose the rotation, the scale, and everything? Yes. Can you please share your screen? Or did you multiple times you click the track motion? Share screen, please. After Effects. The track type is position, transform, parallel corner. Can you see there is a parallel corner track type in your tracker panel? In your tracker panel, track type, read, track type. Okay, I deleted all the other track point. I only have track point 1 now. Okay, because earlier you click this what called transform. Did I ask you to change this? No, right? Then why you click this? All right. Okay, now bring your cursor near to the track point 1. Choose your point. Where do you want to put your point? Yeah, you can move it. Where is your target? Your target is the black color, right? So the center of that track point should be at the black color point. Yes. No, wrong. Undo. Undo back. Undo. All right. So drag from the side, not the center point. Don't move the center point. Move the entire box. Let go. All right. Done. Okay. Go. You go to view now. Please go to view menu on top. Top menu. View. View menu. File, edit, composition, layer, effect, animation, view. Resolution. Cannot click, is it? Click at your composition panel, not your project panel. Click at your composition panel. No, no, the one with the tracker point. Just click. Now go to view. Resolution. Okay, it's already full. It's okay. It's okay. Fine. Fine. Thank you. Okay, after you place your track point, right? Okay, so after you place your track point, let's say I put it back here. Okay, something like this. And then at your tracker panel, you click this button over here. Make sure your current time is 5 seconds. Then only you position your track point. Then only you click this button over here. Analyze forward. Can you see the button analyze forward?
Yes.
Like a play button, right? You click that. Just click. And you can see while your camera is moving, your video is moving, the track point will be always stay at the same place. Dapat tak?
Dapat.
Okay, once done, you click the apply button.
So we have to stop first before apply. We have to stop first and analyze forward, right?
Why do you want to stop?
Just now we click the analyze forward, then to apply we have to.
No, bagi dia habis dulu.
Okay.
Is it running?
Running, dah habis ya?
Dah habis baru tekan apply. Okay, once the tracking is done, you click the apply button. It will say transform XY, dimension XY. You press OK. It will go back to your composition. And in your timeline, you can see now there is a track point with the keyframes. So ignore that. If you go to your null object, if you press U in your keyboard, you will see there is keyframe from 5 seconds onwards. Clear?
Just now we click OK, right?
Yes, yes. Tekan OK.
Okay.
After you analyze forward, you press apply, and then you press OK.
Okay.
The rest dapat? Dapat tak? Okay, all right, great. Okay, now what we do, we change back the time to 5 seconds. Change your time to 5 seconds. Change your time to 5 seconds. Select your circle. Position your circle to that object. I'm using my arrow key to move. Your left, right, up, down arrow key. Use that key to move also can. Your circle. Can?
Move the red.
Move it to the bumbung, bukan red color. Point yang kita choose tadi.
Okay.
Done. At 5 seconds, I select my circle and then I move by using my arrow key in my keyboard. Left, right, up, down arrow key in my keyboard. And then I put it on top of this roof here or the black window. Okay. Did you manage to move it, guys? Okay, that's one done. How about the rest? Okay, very good. Then what you do is you parent the circle to the null object. Okay, to parent, can you see there is a parent and link? Nampak tak parent and link in your timeline? And then it says none, right, for the circle. For the circle layer, parent and link, change it to null 1. Change it to null 1. Clear? Okay. After you parent to null 1, you select the circle, you press P for position. When you press P, right, you can see the position attribute. Okay. Then what you do, you click the stopwatch for position. Circle's position. Faham?
Okay.
The rest, faham tak? After you parent, you press P, you will see position, you click the stopwatch for position. You will get the first keyframe for position. And then you change your time to 4.5 seconds. 4 seconds, maybe 12 frame. Roughly about 12 frame. 12 or 13 also can. Move your time to 4 seconds, 12 frame. And then you move your circle to another point. Let's say, for example, I move it to this here. Okay. Use your arrow key to move it. Okay, later on, once you're familiar with Illustrator After Effects, right, then you can use other method to move it. For now, just use your arrow key. All right. Okay, when you're using arrow key, it will be moving very slow. Correct or not? Correct or not? Hold your shift key and also the arrow key, so it will be moving faster. Okay, at 4 seconds, 12 frame, you change the position to another point. Okay, I want it to remain there for 2 seconds, right? So you change your time to 2:12. Okay, go to 2:12 now. Change it, remain it there, right? So you click the add keyframe button. Add or remove keyframe. Click that button. Okay.
Okay.
And then change your time to 2 seconds. Move it to another position. And then you try to play your video. Dapat tak? Anybody stuck? Please let me know. Okay, masih belum cool lagi ya. Kita kena edit dia punya graph for the position. Very important. Because the way it moves from one point to another point, now it's moving in a linear movement. Okay, you should not move in linear movement. All right. Nampak tak? The way it moves, right, from point A to point B, and then from point B to point C, right? It's moving in linear. The speed is always same. All right. So what you do now? Okay. Again, I'm asking. Anybody need any assistance? Anyone need any assistance? Yes. No. Okay. No reply means no need assistance. So let me proceed first. All right. So you select all your 4 keyframes over here. Can you see my cursor? You click and drag from outside of the keyframe, click and drag. Or you select the first keyframe, hold your shift key, you click. Hold your shift key, you click. Hold your shift key, you click. You select all your 4 keyframes and then you press F9 in your keyboard. Okay, sometimes if you're using laptop, right, you need to press the Fn button and F9. Okay, if you're using a normal keyboard, then you press F9. When you press F9, the symbol of the keyframe will change. Okay, F9 is easy is. We are changing the way of it moves, not in a linear movement. All right, that's number one. Faham? Select all the 4 keyframes. You press F9 in your keyboard. F9 is easy is, the shortcut. Or you can also go to animation and then keyframe assistant, easy is. Select all your 4 keyframes. You can go to animation menu, keyframe assistant, easy is. Okay. After you press the easy is button or you press F9, you go to your graph editor. Can you see this button here? Graph editor.
Yes.
Okay, you click at the graph editor. Does your graph same like mine? Is it same like mine? No. Okay. It is not same like mine because by default, yes, it will be green and red color. Green and red is the X and Y value. All right. So that is your value graph. My graph is speed graph. How to change to speed graph? You right click anywhere on your graph editor. Can you see my cursor? The
Yes.
grid line here, this is your graph editor. You right click on your graph editor, you choose edit speed graph. Edit speed graph. Then your graph will be in white color. Correct?
Right.
Okay. After you get this shape right, something like this, you click this button over here at the bottom, fit all graph to view. Fit all graph to view. Dapat?
Right.
The rest dapat tak? Okay. Okay, take a look here. Okay, you have 4 keyframes. The first keyframe, second keyframe, third and fourth. Okay, you need to select the second keyframe, this area. You will see a yellow color handle. Okay, look at my screen very carefully. There is one on the right hand side, another one over here. You click and drag to the left hand side until it doesn't move. So the shape should be like this. And for the second pick over here, click at the last keyframe and then click and drag the handle to the left hand side. Something like this. And then you try to play back your video. Then you will see the difference. Faham? Should I repeat again? Or you try first? Okay, moving a lot faster. Okay. Can you see the difference, how it moves? How it moves actually. Can you describe the way it moves? Can you describe? Smoother, okay. Lagi, faster, lagi, smooth. Okay, actually what we have done here, okay, take a look here. Okay, this graph, right, the speed graph. Okay, so at the beginning, okay, initially it was like this, right? Okay, so when we drag this handle, okay, what we are doing is, initially, when the graph is, the curve is very steep, means it is fast. Okay, when the graph is almost flat at the end here, it will slow down. Okay, fast and slow. So when the point is moving, the circle is moving from A to B, right? When it is almost reaching to the B, it will slow down. But the effect you cannot see very clearly because the duration is only half second. Okay, if you change the duration to a longer duration, you can see the effect very clearly, but still got effect. It's smoother a bit, right? So actually it is not smoother, it's slowing down towards the end. Earlier at the beginning it is fast, at the ending it becomes slower. Okay, the total duration is still the same, half second. Okay, so that means it is not faster. Beginning faster, ending slower. All right, clear?
Clear.
Then click back your graph editor and then you press minus in your keyboard to zoom out. Press minus in your keyboard few times to zoom out so that you can see your entire timeline. Okay, then you can try to play back. Jelas? Dapat tak semua? Okay, so over here what you can do, okay, let's say I nak type a text. No, same. Rex Wong, it is the same. You need to click your timeline first. Click at your timeline, then you press minus in your keyboard. Okay, new version, older version, same. Click at your timeline. Can you see the blue color box? It must be highlighted. Then you press minus in your keyboard. And you need to click at the graph editor to close the graph editor. All right. Okay. Now, I want to put after 5 seconds, right? After it is located, maybe about 7 seconds, I want a text to appear. All right. At 7 seconds onwards, or maybe 8 seconds, I want a text to appear, and the text also should remain at the same position. Okay. So what I do, I go to my type tool on top. Can you see there is a horizontal type tool?
Yes.
You click the horizontal type tool, bring your cursor to your composition here on top of the video. You just simply click and let go your mouse. You will see a cursor there. Okay, so let's say, for example, I put target located. Okay, can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, type the text first. Dah type ke?
Dah.
Okay, after you type your text, right, you go to your selection tool, click at your selection tool, and then adjust your size from the character panel. Okay, the first number, set the font size. You make it smaller a bit or bigger a bit, depends on your video. And then to change the position, I want you to use the arrow key also. Shift and also the arrow key. Okay, let's say something like this, in the middle of the text. Middle of the circle. Okay, after you put your text, something like this, and then you parent your text to the null one. Okay, the parent and link change to null one. Can you do that? Change the size, change the position, use your shift and arrow key to move it, and then parent. Make sure your time you put at 7 or 8 seconds. Then parent it to the null object. If done, let me know. Okay, Rex Wong done. How about the rest? Dah ke? The rest?
Dah.
Okay, so after you parent, okay, now what you do, you trim your text layer. At the beginning, I don't want to see the text, right? So what I do, I bring my cursor to the front of the text layer. You will see a black color double arrow. Black color double arrow. When you see that double arrow, then only you click and drag to trim your text until 7 or 8 seconds. Okay, something like this. Then you try to play back from the beginning. Okay, do you need me to repeat? Dapat tak semua?
Kenapa I punya timeline tu dia tunjuk 20F bukan second
You need to press minus in your keyboard. Click your
minus.
timeline, press minus multiple times. minus, 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 minus.
Oh. Okay dah.
You need to zoom out.
Okay.
Okay, F maksudnya frame. Bila you zoom in, you akan nampak frame. Bila zoom out, baru nampak second. The rest manage to do it? Yes, yes, of course. Can. Instead of text, you can put logo, you can put image, you can put another video, can. And then parent it to the null. Correct. Okay. Kalau you ada logo PNG ke transparent, pun boleh. Sama, same. What is click the timeline? Okay, click the timeline. Okay, take a look here. When I say click the project panel, okay, I go to project panel. Can you see the blue color highlight? Okay, I want the timeline to be highlighted in blue color. Means I click anywhere in my timeline, anywhere. Can you see my blue color highlight? This is what I mean by click at the timeline. Click anywhere on timeline. When you see blue color highlight, then only you can press plus and minus. If you are in other panel, let's say I click my project panel. When I click plus and minus, it doesn't work in the timeline. Okay, the timeline panel must be selected in order for you to zoom in and zoom out. Okay. Click anywhere on the timeline. That's it. Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, all done?
So kalau macam teks kan, bila kita dah type, so if want like kita dah play kan, so kita nak change teks tu kita kena cari dekat timeline mana dia ataupun macam kita kena klik dekat apa ni dekat layer name.
Okay, dekat yes. Let's say I want to change the text. Okay, I go to my timeline, find that text layer. Can you see the T here?
Yeah.
T with the text, whatever text lah. You double click. When you double click, it will highlight the text.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then you can change the text. Target located, for example. Then click back at your selection tool. Then it will just, you know, it's already replaced. Rex Wong, can you try with the plus and minus? There is 2 plus and minus at the number pad and also in the middle, right? Okay, try with the one in the middle. Maybe your number lock is turned off. There is 2 plus and minus beside the backspace one. Try that. See whether it works or not. Okay. The one at the side, okay, so when you press at the plus and minus side, if it doesn't work, right, so you go to your middle one, right? Okay, so far any question?
No.
So far any question? No question. All right. Okay. Just since we are running out of time, okay, I will show anyway. End up having 4 tracker. Rex Wong, just now, remember I told you the tracker point, right? Okay. By default, the track type should be transformed. Can you see my cursor? At the tracker panel, the track type should be transformed. You don't change this. By default, it is transformed. Okay.
So what does it mean by resolution full, half, third quarter?
Okay, take a look here. I changed my video to 100%. Nampak tak?
Okay.
Okay, now I changed the full to quarter. Can you see my video now? Become blurry, right? Blurry, right?
Yes.
But when I play, now clear balik. Now clear kan? Clear tak?
Ya, betul.
Bila saya stop, dia jadi blur balik. Right?
Yes.
That's because this resolution is a still image resolution. Bila kita stop, this is the resolution will work. Faham? Okay, katakan saya letak full pula kat sini. Now clear, right? If I play back, okay, the playback resolution is here in the preview panel. Ada nampak resolution tak? Can you see my cursor? Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Okay, if I change this to quarter, now when I stop the playback, dia cantik. But when I press play, dia jadi blurry. Faham? Bila saya stop, dia jadi clear balik. Okay, so this resolution is bila kita stop, kita nampak dia punya image dia. Yang ini resolution dia is a preview resolution ataupun playback resolution. Okay. Jelas?
Okay, jelas.
In this both resolution will not affect your final output.
Okay. So,
Okay, both resolution, it doesn't do anything with the output. Okay, so now let me show you how we can cut the image according to whatever box shape that we want, let's say. All right, so let's say for example, what I do, okay, yang ni you don't do, I just nak tunjuk saja. Later on, you can refer back to the video. Okay, I go to my pen tool over here on top, and then I deselect. If you have a design in Illustrator, you can import also. Boleh. Alright, so you import macam biasa, and then you drag and drop macam biasa. You boleh dapat the same shape. Okay, I don't select any layer, and then I start to draw. Klik, macam draw dalam Illustrator ke Photoshop ke. Okay, let's say something like this ke. Okay, example sajalah. Contoh. I'm holding my shift key, something like this, and then I use my selection tool to modify the shape. Okay, let's say it is not straight or whatever, you nak ubah, okay, you can move it. You can select the point and then you can move it. Okay, now I have only stroke color, no fill color at the moment. Okay, if I go to my fill option, sorry, yeah. If I go to fill option, I choose solid color, and then I can lower down the opacity. Something like this. All right, so let's say I letak 10 ke, and then I change the color to whatever lighter color. Okay, something like this. And then the stroke, you boleh adjust dia punya thickness dia, jangan tebal sangat. Okay, something like this. All right, and this shape layer you can align also in case dia tak tengah-tengah, you boleh letak dia somewhere in the middle. Faham? Okay, so when I play back, I get this. Jelas? Okay, if let's say you nak the video is only visible inside, kalau sahaja, okay, what you do is you select your shape layer, you make a copy of the shape layer, you letak dia atas video, and then color dia kena solid. That means the fill color tak boleh ada transparency. Okay, I go to fill option, I letak a solid color, 100% opacity, any color tak kisah. Click OK. Kemudian the bottom layer sini, the video layer, I go to click at the bottom here, toggle switch mode. Nampak tak toggle switches mode? I click this button and then track matte. Okay, I have track matte, no matte, change it to shape layer 2, for example, in my case. Okay, dia akan visible inside the solid object sahaja. Okay, so when I play back, actually I have two shapes. One shape with the line and the very light cyan color. Another shape for me to view the video in this area. Jelas?
jelas.
Alright, great. Okay, okay, so that's it, done. Okay, so katakan let's say we want to export the video. Okay, to export the video, you need to have media encoder. Ada install media encoder tak? Media encoder, Adobe media encoder. Ada install tak? Don't have. Lagi yang lain? The rest? Okay, if you want to export to a MP4 file, you need to use media encoder to export to MP4 file. All right. If you do not have a media encoder, you have to go and export to MOV or AVI file. All right. So let's say if I go to file and then I go to export. Okay. Let's say I choose the second option, assuming I don't have media encoder. So I click add to render queue. Okay. Output module. I click the option here. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know 2023 they have 264 over here. I'm so sorry. How many of y'all are using 2023? How many of y'all using 2023?
Me.
Okay, Fong, some more. Shami, some more. How many of y'all using version 2000 and below? 2000 and below. Okay, Rex Wong, maybe you won't get this option. Okay, 2021, don't have this option. All right. So if let's say assuming don't have, assuming don't have. So I go to change the format to QuickTime. Okay. Go to add to render queue and then change the format. The output module, you click and then change to QuickTime and then you click OK. And then output to where do you want to save your file? Okay. Click that blue color button, choose your location, give a name for it. Let's say final MOV. And then I go to save and then click render. Nampak? Click render. So it will start to render the video as a video file, MOV file. Okay, this is one option. Another option is you go to file, export, add to media encoder queue. Okay, go to add to Adobe media encoder queue. It will open up the media encoder software. All right. So for those who are using 2023 and you do not have media encoder, you still can go to change to here. The format use H.264. I think they just renew their license actually. Okay, I think from version 2000 onwards, they don't have this option because they stopped the license with Apple. Okay, this format, H.264 or MP4 format, belongs to Apple. All right. Okay, so this one, you also can change to H.264. If don't have, then MOV file. Okay, if you have H.264, click OK. And then where do you want to save your file? Then click render. Okay, let's say I share my screen. I already opened my media encoder. Okay, I think it's still loading. Okay, so already loaded. Okay, you can see here, H.264, match source, high bitrate, whatever. And then where do you want to save your file? Output file. Click and then choose your desktop location, let's say. Give a name for it. Click save and then start queue, the green color button. Okay, just now add to render queue, you click the render button. Over here, you click the start queue button, the green color play button over here. Then it will start to render. Faham? Faham tak?
Understood.
I cakap laju sangat ke?
Okay.
Right. Okay, so that's it, our lesson. All right, thanks everyone. Thank you so much. Hope you guys learned something. Okay, and hope you guys, practice. If you don't practice, you will forget in one day time. All right, so make sure practice. All right, thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, sir. Good night, sir.
Okay, bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.